spoken well concerning the independency and all of that, because it was literally in the newspaper, I think New York Times yesterday, about the fact that Elon Musk actually added kind of more like supported the judiciary system in the U.S. And there are questions about this one that is adding money, and it was a lot of funds actually. This one that is adding money, there's going to be, I mean, if he has issues
a
now,
lot of biases
exactly, and
stuff.
we know how he's already well connected with Trump. So anything that happens, I mean, if it's giving that, okay, if anything happens now, the judiciary will probably not have anything to say regardless of, if they commit crime or anything, in future and all of that. So yeah, I mean, independency is actually one. Then I'll just add in, I mean, when we have like the right people, on set, that's where implementation comes in. Because, again, one of the reasons why we have an issue with implementation in the country is because, of course, many people already are okay with whatever that is going on. And but if we keep having all of those people, then we cannot solve the problem. Do you understand? So if we're able to have all of these things come out to play, we have the right people on set, then implementation would happen. And, of course, every policy, every law that is already, enacted already, we'll start seeing the functionality of all of these laws. So, yeah, I think that's just like my take to just add to what Lucia has stated.
So in 2023, there was a lot of buzz about electronic transmission of results, which a lot of people were clamoring for. And I experienced the 2023 elections firsthand. I was working alongside some of the INEC officials around my own constituency as a concerned Nigerian.
Interesting.
Please.
These are the suspicious that we're talking about.
Why would I
not allow a good person to breathe?
Interesting. Go ahead.
Okay, so I realized that when people voted, the BVAS issue, some polling units, the BVAS worked well. They finished voting. The problem came when it was to transmit the results. And then people started turning on hotspots. Okay, transmit that thing, transmit that thing. Some said, oh, finally it has been updated. And a lot of youths went back home that on the trust that this election result has been transmitted and will be showed live, and this data is protected. But we found out that there are some results that were transmitted in your presence, but when they run scam for you, you saw it in your presence, but at the back end, nothing was transmitted, no matter the hotspot and everything you turned on. I noticed that because I went from like the polling unit to the local government council to still go and follow up on the results. Most people go home after, like 80% of Nigerians go home after voting. So how do we now address this idea of electronic transmission of results, knowing fully well that this system can also be tampered with?
Can be tampered with, not because, I don't think it's because the system itself is faulty, but because
the people in the system,
whoever is going to operate it. Because there were also reports that this whole BVAS thing, when it came to National Assembly results, I think it went smooth. But you see, that presidential one was when we had the problem. I want to think that whoever brought the initiative, because I think it's a 2023 thing that we saw. I don't think it was for the last elections that we've had. It is. There's no problem with that system itself. I don't think there is. And there's with the money that was pumped into the elections. 300 billion is a lot of money across board. I don't think that's the problem. I think it's more of a thing with the operation of that system. So how it can be tampered with, I do not know. Again, we're going back to that question of independence.
So do we have a continuation of electronic transmission?
We should have a continuation of it.
Stick to the idea that show me your voter's card. I see your voter's card, the tally, thumbprint, and we move on. Because people...
We should have a continuation of it. Because it's not like it failed because it was really like a bad system.
Right.
It did not fail in some areas, but failed in a particular area that was critically important, which showed that something may or may not have happened. I'm not trying to be absolute here. So if it worked in some areas, it shows that probably it's not wrong, but the operation of it by certain individuals that are there is what needs to be questioned. That's the tampering. I'm thinking.
That is the tampering.
That's the tampering.
Okay,
in a nutshell, right? No matter the idea or initiative that is put in, but when we have like the wrong people on set, things will always go wrong. So whether you follow the electronic whatever or you use show me your card, thumbprint, my brother, manipulation is manipulation. We still have the wrong people on set. So just like she said, it is not the machine issue. It's the people that are taking care of that machine. Do you understand? No matter how you take and do it, oh, this is the right number. We honor us. passport, we'll do everything. Even if you thumbprint, we saw it, everything, we do the counting. They will still come up with logistics issue as usual. They'll come up with all of those petty excuses. Exactly, fell on the way.
So
the road was not good. Make it make sense to me. So you see that at the end of the day, it's really not like about the initiative that is brought in or the implementation. It's really about the people that are taking care of this thing. So until we start having the right people on seats, the right mindset, the people that understands that this country is our own and not just certain persons, that's when we'll move on from all of this electoral malpractice that we see every time. Honestly.
So so I want us to quickly touch on everything because I don't think that we'll be able to wrap up this 2027 election in one topic. So I think that we're going to have a part 2. But let us quickly talk about the parties. We currently have the APC, the PDP, the Labour Party, and maybe 16 other parties that are registered in Nigeria. But we have the popular parties like the APC and the PDP. Yeah. And you can see articles saying that, okay, we're going to join other parties to unseat Tinubu. How do you think that? Do you think that first off, this is the right mindset to
it is not right,
a better democracy? Because if you are unseating somebody, who is going to be there? Is it you?
That's what he actually means. That's what he means by that.
Somebody, no, it's not a shade.
No, it's not a shade.
Asking, it is the one. If it's the one, then he also deserves some checkmating. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? If it's going to be Peter Obi, how realistic are we talking?
With all of the
it's not just him as
and
president. It's the people he's coming with. I was fighting with a lot of people as of 2023 when a lot of Labour Party people got into power. And I was like, I promise you that there's not going to be any hands saying that I disagree with this system.
Right.
And then this is it. It's happening. When the cars was given to everybody, I didn't see anybody from Labour Party saying that I refuse to drive this car because why not? This is not why I came. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So I'm trying to address the fact that we have no choice but to vote for a particular party.
Right.
But how do we ensure that regardless of all this ruling party, party number 2 and the following parties that come with it, how do we ensure that even those parties are accountable to us Nigerians, are accountable to themselves? Party dynamics are really crazy. If you go into one party, you know that things are happening. You were mental just thinking about it. So how do we ensure as people? Because we are very, whether or not we like it, we are very involved. So wrapping up, how do we address these party issues?
How do we address party issues? I've already mentioned that the political dynamics is a very different one.
Right.
This whole article, Peter Obi, I mean, from the papers we read that there's this new coalition, whatever, and some people were saying that maybe Atiku, Obi, and the other candidates should have not stood separately, but come together to form a party so that they could now take down the ruling party in that sense. The reason why such mentality can be given fuel by Nigerians and citizens who are not even checkmating things.
Right.
It's because these people are also leveraging and playing on your dissatisfaction. They are playing on the fact that, see,
you're not okay
what,
with the
look
party,
at it. That's why we've seen over the news. Article will come up and say, oh, democracy is not this and that. Obi will say this and that, this and that. So the point is, they're not even coming to give a solution of what can be, a solution of render solutions to things that can make things different. It's almost about, oh, I can see that, I know that you really don't like what's happening.
Yeah,
just let me be there. I can give you something that will make sense. And eventually, it's just, maybe we should take away the whole sentiment and the pain and the satisfaction that we're feeling and open our eyes clearly to really checkmate things. So it's not like we're doing favoritism. I'd say the reason why Labour Party made a lot of fuss and buzz in 2023 was because we're tired of the two big dogs that were already there. So it was almost like, I think somebody that had...
In 2019, it was the AAC that was the big dog, the small dog in that sense. And that's why I was addressing the fact that we Nigerians always sort of look for saints every election.
Why would you look for saints? If you're the one that is saying something that is going wrong, your mentality is, oh, maybe this one that has not even been there before can be the right person there.
But that's why you have to also check the person.
That's why I'm saying that checkmating is what is important.
It is not
it's not about the new party. Whether or not...
But how possible is that?
That's what I'm asking you now as
And
Nigerian.
and the reason I'm giving you this rhetorical question because it's not.
To
It's
some-
not
to some
exactly
extent. I
possible
feel like
to some extent.
I feel like
when
it
there's
is.
frustration and dissatisfaction, you just want to get something down. Let's have a new. If it doesn't work, I'll
But
get
don't be
you down.
rush.
I have another
no,
Rush,
new.
rush, they make us, they do
Bless
mistakes.
you, and that's why we keep having the same
I
issue
feel like
every
it's
time
rush
and
that's
every
making
time.
us make mistakes.
Yes, until we start checkmating all of each of these persons. It's one thing for us to have new parties, one thing for us to have new people come on board, give us the whole manifestos, the beautiful things they think they can do in the country. But how sure are we that these people have that blueprint that is very clean?
So how do
That's
you
what
want
we
to
need to start.
checkmate them?
I mean, first of
wanna-
all, you know these persons. Go and check the grassroots. And I feel like that's something that Peter Obi actually did a pass mark for in 2023 election. Because then he was like, go and verify.
And do you know people
I
actually
don't
did?
want to talk about
I
that.
know there's a lot of things to it.
People actually did verify and came up with their
To
certain
be
claims.
honest, well, I
But they
think
still
that
had their supporters.
This is just putting it out there that we are going to have the part 2 of this conversation on Thursday. On Wednesday, we're going to be talking about something health. On Thursday, we're going to talk about the ethnic issues. We're going to talk about the things that each candidate did in 2023 and what we want to see in 2027. This is where I wrap up this conversation. So, God be to that thought.
I'll hold it for Thursday.
Hold it for Thursday. So, yes, thank you very much for joining us on this conversation. I will see you tomorrow and on Thursday again. Thank you to my co-anchors. You people always come through every time. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and all our other social media platforms. Always ensure that you join our conversations at Official Upgrade TV on YouTube. I will see you tomorrow. Love you. Bye-bye.
Hello, you. Yes, you. This is Usayome Sale from Ways Prime Time. Now, we appreciate your continued support for watching our content, following us across all our social media. But we've noticed, for those of you watching us on YouTube, 88.5% of you who watch our content aren't subscribed to our channel. Why? Now, if you are enjoying our content, you enjoy our shows, and you want to stay updated on all things Ways, it's time to hit that subscribe button below. Now, subscribing isn't just for you. It's for the growth of our channel. It helps us get bigger and better. With your support, we can continue to bring even more intriguing and exciting content. How about you subscribing right now and being a part of our community?